Hello, I am Hot Mess Ness, MUA, otherwise known as Vanessa. Today we are going to be doing a foundation demo, test, check-ins, all that jazz. I just found out that I am going to be working tonight. I got a phone call asking if I would pick up a shift and I said okay. So this foundation will have to last. It is what? 1 p.m. and I will get off work at 4 a.m. So we'll probably have a kitchen check-in. That's how it'll go, but I'm doing all the things that I normally do to give this foundation a good try. And today we are doing an Ulta Demi Matte Foundation try. We're gonna try this out. Now, to be honest, I have tried this before. It's been in some of my other videos. In my Ulta haul, I was wearing the foundation, and then about 4 hours later, I had to film the rest of it, and I was looking a little shiny. So to be fair, I'm going to do my makeup as I usually do. So I'm not just wearing the foundation, because I feel like, in all honesty, we usually always do some kind of a touch-up. Check our face. If we're looking a little greasy, at least take a tissue paper from the toilet cover and dot your face. So I will be doing all of those things. I did a mask this morning, a really good creamy egg mask, and I already moisturized, and I have primer on. I use the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer, and now I'm gonna do my regular steps. So I always start with the Bye Bye Under Eye. It is awesome. If I'm feeling like I need a little help, I'm not gonna use too much because we wanna see, you know, how good the foundation is, but just some little areas I catch underneath the eye. So I do my conceal first, and then I highlight with concealer after my foundation is done.
So just a little knee eyeball.
And I actually use this step as, you know, an eye primer. Forgive me in the background if you hear, you know, twinkle twinkle or wheels on the bus, because I have a sick little one at home and the baby is loving it because she's got a sidekick, and I have this spot on my forehead. So then I just blend in those little areas that have a lot of discoloration, need a little extra help, but this is what I do. I have tried this foundation with a brush that I've been testing out. A company sent me some of those like wannabe artiste brushes, and I really like it with that particular application, but I want to do a separate review on all the brushes individually, so we're just going to use our beauty blender. But if you are a fan of like artiste type brushes, this will work for you, I believe. So now I'm going to take the foundation. It's called Demi Matte Foundation, broad spectrum. It's got 20 SPF, oil-free, fragrance-free, paraben-free, and it says it's a cream gel formula, absorbs oil and prevents shine. Light diffusing pigments help to diminish the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And I am in the shade Cream. This reminds me of a foundation that I got a long time ago. It was like the Maybelline Dream Matte. And I liked it, but then I just never touched it again. So because it is so creamy, it's not like a watery based, like a liquidy kind of foundation, it's more cream. I kind of dot on first so I don't go in overboard. But you could even like just wipe it in and then dot it. I don't think that this is an exact color match. I probably should have gotten 2 shades to mix together, but when you're balling on a budget, sometimes what I do is I'll pick up something new and I'll mix it with an older shade that is, you know, darker, or an older shade of something else that is lighter. But I am currently on the hunt for the perfect foundation. I do have on my list a couple that I want to check out at Sephora. If you have good foundation recommendations, please leave them down below. I plan on trying out the Huda Beauty, but I'm not buying full size. I'm going to go into Sephora and get myself some samples. So I'm gonna try the Huda Beauty. I wanna try the Too Faced Peaches and Cream, the Urban Decay Naked Skin, and the only one that I have to bite the bullet and buy would be the Jouer Essential Matte Coverage. I wanna try it, and they have a bundle with the brush right now. So if you were a la natural, you could just stick with this because I feel like it's covered a lot, not everything, but a lot. I've got my discoloration here. Thank you, Offspring. So I'm gonna add another pump, which most people probably wouldn't need to. I think you could use a foundation brush with this. The one thing I found about this shade range is it was like cool or warm. So I ended up getting one with a lot of yellow base, but the other one was really pink base. I don't think that they had a lot of neutrals, and there's not a whole lot of shade selection, which I would think, being that they're Ulta, it would be a ton. So if you're very fair or you're very dark skinned, I don't know how many matches would be out there for you. Now, if you are not a full coverage diva, you could totally rock this. The review that actually made this catch my eye was from Jen Loves Reviews, and she actually took a matte foundation over the top of it for that extra coverage. Instead of adding more and trying to build it on, that's what I'll be doing. So I'm going to put on all of my other liquids or cream-based stuff. That would be my contour, which is Anastasia Beverly Hills Fawn. And being that the coloring is a little bit off, I think,
Oh, the sun just went down.
that's where you can correct things if you're cheap like I am with your highlighters or color correctors, that kind of thing. You can make just about anything work. I mean, if this was like a $40 price point, I'd be like, you know, no, but for the price, I feel like it's good. So I'm gonna blend this stuff in, and then I'm gonna cover with any additional coverage that I might need with a powder foundation. And the Shape Tape is helping, while I'm highlighting, cover up this little patch right here that is never ending. Okay, so this is the foundation just as it is. I could cover it with a translucent powder if I wanted now. For extra full coverage, I'm gonna dust on a little bit of my favorite MAC Studio Fix powders. Those are my favorite for foundations. And then I'll check right back in. Okay, so for the extra full coverage, if you wanted it, I like to take my MAC Studio Fix powder. And these are the brushes that I've been testing out. I really like the little one. And I'm just gonna dust that on anywhere that needs some extra. I also like to set the eyes with something like this. And then you know, of course, the last step would be to use your setting spray. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I will do check-ins along the way. So we will plan to do maybe a check-in at 1 hour, and then hopefully 4 hours, 8 hours, and so on. The foundation does not have a timing on it. It doesn't say it's gonna last any particular amount of time, but we'll definitely have to see when it starts to fall apart, because they always fall apart. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. We are at first check-in for the foundation, and every single line and wrinkle in my forehead had creased up. So I had to take a foundation brush because I'm trying to review, but I'm not trying to look totally crazy. And I happen to be filming an eye tutorial. So I ran that through. This is 2-hour check-in. Making me think not so much, but we'll check in again soon. And hopefully I'll have all my makeup on by then. Check in on the foundation. It has been 4 hours. It is past 4 p.m. And from far away, it's good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Up close, every single line in my forehead is showing. Every single one. Every one. And it's separating here. So I'm wondering if this foundation would be best applied with a brush and buff it in, and then just be okay with lighter coverage. Maybe it's too much, maybe I added too much, or maybe my expectations are just too high. I mean, it is a, you know, drugstore based foundation. We will have to see at the end of the night, the overall, right? Okay, 4 o'clock check-in. Natural light. See all my lines? Look at them. Creasy, creasy. Was that the name of the bear, Creasy? Yes, from Man on Fire. Great movie. It is 10:25. This is my check-in in the bathroom. I definitely feel like you have to powder in between. It does say Demi matte, so here's the check-in. We'll check in again. I should have stayed home. How fucked up is this lighting, huh? How do you like this check-in, huh? It's probably terrible, and I'll have to do it again at home anyway, but it's 3:30 in the morning, and this is with the flash on. Well, it's not bad. There's some separating. Overall thoughts, I feel like it needs good powder on top. Yeah, it's been a long day. But I think for the price point, it's okay. Not gonna be my new go-to, but it's okay. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.